Hello there, Julio. Okay, so let's go. Some countries, children under 16 years are not allowed to leave school by law and get full time. Is this a good or a bad thing? Discuss your opinion. Okay, so ideally, maybe we look at both sides, a body paragraph for each of the arguments for and against, finish with the conclusions. Let's go. Nowadays, there are a number of countries which forbid adolescents to abandon excellent, excellent verb there, high school for the age of 16 on the grounds that it would be detrimental for them. Beautiful. From my point of view, this is an enormous mistake for numerous reasons, such as the appropriate development of less skilled children and the need for young workers in our country. Excellent. Okay, I could argue that's a little bit ambiguous. Um, Actually, no, sorry, I misunderstood. So, perfect. Firstly, it is commonly agreed among education experts that adolescents need to find their vocation in life as soon as possible. Beautiful. It would be a profound mistake to underestimate young students who do not perform well at core subjects, namely mathematics or history. No need to capitalize these. If they were languages, yes, but on its own, we don't capitalize the subjects, unless they're languages, as I just said. Now, what I'm going to do now, Julio, is this is what I love doing actually. It's improving rather than correcting the work. So here we have a negative construction. Now, negative constructions are okay. They are clear and sometimes they add emphasis. However, there are more eloquent, sophisticated, stylistic ways to rewrite this to mean the same and using less words. So we become a little bit more succinct, which is useful, essential for academic English. So here, what I'm going to do is instead of saying who do not perform well, we could say who fail to perform well. Yeah, and we use a negative verb. So some useful negative verbs for this are fail or lack. But just be aware which one you are going to use. So in this case, we would use fail, who fail to perform well at core subjects. But well done, we've got the relative clause in there as well. So beautiful work. As a result, governments should allow children under 16 years old to leave school in order to enroll in professional courses or simply start working. Firmly believe that this, right, here's an opportunity again to improve the essay. What are the consequences now? Let's develop this idea a little bit further and use the conditional. Okay, so what would be the consequence? What would happen next? As a result, government should allow children under 16 years or to leave school to enroll professional complete courses or simply start working. This would, yeah, or hypothetically speaking, this would or this should allow allow um, allow the country to plug gaps in skills shortages, which are quite common in the West. These include areas. These typically include areas such as the trades, comma, such as plumbing, carpentry, and joinery. Full stop. I firmly believe that this is the best. Again, basic vocabulary, best, good, bad, worse. Okay, this is the superior, this is the advantageous, this is the uh, this is the opportune. Yeah, this is the most appropriate way, not only to help them to continue the maturation process, but also to prevent less skilled adolescents feeling useless for society. Okay, so maybe soften that. We could say redundant. Um, feeling, yeah, useless seems a bit aggressive. Secondly, adolescence is a critical period in life because it will definitely influence our personality. Okay, one's personality, especially if we're doing the academic route. Consequently, We as society should care for youngsters' character education. Okay, recent studies showed that taking on responsibility was a key factor for minors so as to reach maturity. Thus, if we let children under 16 leave school earlier, they would sooner rather than later take this responsibility while working and gaining hands-on experience. Beautiful, beautiful. Finally, it is well known that there is a lack of workers in Spain. Several entrepreneurs have claimed that thousands of youngsters. Okay, we've got youngsters. What else could we say? Teens, students, pupils go to university in spite of the fact that their qualifications will not necessarily help them to find a job in the future. Beautiful. Give me an example. For example, it is quite common. Oh, for example, there's the famous story of a fast food worker with a degree in philosophy, full stop. Just to make your point. As a result, feel that educators should encourage some students to access the job market instead of applying to university. Beautiful. Wonderful work. Great vocabulary as well. Well done there, Julio. To conclude, the fact that students aged 16 years old or less were able to leave school is a matter of debate in were able. I don't know if that's are able, because they can do it. So we don't need to use the past. In my opinion, I believe that the Spanish government ought, great, wonderful, in order to let youngsters find their way in life and continue their development outside the classroom. Beautiful, wonderful essay, this. I hope it took you less than 40 minutes, Julio, because when I get an essay this good, I have a suspicion the student labored 3 hours on it, which isn't really realistic, especially with the exam date coming up. Let's go. Your task ones are usually excellent. So let's see. The figure provides information. The figure, no, can't say the figure. This is a figure. Okay. So the diagram, the bar chart, the pie chart, whatever, regarding the TV purchases in Liverpool over the year 2017. Overall, it can be clearly seen from the graph that July constitutes the month in which more people bought televisions. Consumers, we could call them, maybe. You know, uh, more buyers acquired televisions, whereas very few units were acquired in April. Beautiful, beautiful. I love the contraction, comparison. The median number of TV monitors sold along the year 2017 was above 100,000. Moreover, the evolution of TV sales was fairly uneven over the year. Yeah, don't use evolution. The evolution is like for Darwin. Yeah, in most cases, more the process of TV sales or let's see, the chart of TV sales was fairly uneven. Yeah, the flow or the chart, but don't use evolution. The progression, I think, is the best substitute there. If we take a closer look at the bar graph, excellent. We can observe that roughly 110 TVs were acquired in January, followed by a moderate decrease in February and an increase in March. Great. Thereafter, sales plummeted in April with just 70,000 televisions sold. However, sales experienced a sharp increase in May with a 50% growth. Okay. Over summertime, TV purchases slightly decreased in June and again increased in July, where we can observe the highest peak along the year at roughly 120,000 units sold. Great. There's a dip in August sales, and they remain similar in September. At the end of the year, we can see another rise in October and November with nearly 115 TVs acquired. Finally, sales in December are again similar to those in January. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so as I said in the previous tutorial, the previous essay check, why not include a drop in sales of 10,000, an increase of roughly 5,000, just to increase the variety. But overall, we're doing really well. Julio, good work. Keep moving forward. Also, feel free to send me any questions that you might have, because with your essay being so good, it doesn't take, and with some essays I take longer correcting and improving them, but with yours, because they're quite a high standard, we are finishing a little bit earlier, just a couple of minutes, so feel free to ask some questions. Thank you.